On the far side of the Atlantic, the old world is waiting. Come away with us to the heart of where many of our stories and legends began. Sail Europe's picturesque waterways in comfort with Viking. Itineraries range from 7 to 23 days, with a wealth of exciting possibilities across the continent, from Amsterdam to Budapest and all the way to the Black Sea, all just waiting to be explored.
Going into the city and experiencing the culture, the people, looking at the sights, smelling the smells, hearing the sounds, it's just unparalleled. It's just a fantastic time.
Perhaps no river in Europe is better known than the majestic Rhine. Slicing through Europe's heart, it's part of many Viking voyages. In Germany, castle-studded landscapes and lush vineyards are at the water's edge, along with historic towns like Cologne, known for its dramatic 900-year-old cathedral. There's fascinating Basel in Switzerland, the Alsatian capital Strasbourg, Holland's captivating Amsterdam, and Belgium's medieval Flemish capitals.
We're doing it for our first time and we're very impressed.
The majestic Rhine, an experience not to be missed. Many of the world's best-known musicians and artists spent their lives along the tranquil Danube, the waterway immortalized by Strauss. A mix of sweet villages and grand cities such as Hungary's dynamic capital Budapest, or Vienna with its imperial architecture and gracious culture. In Austria's Wachau Valley, vineyards line the valley walls, while Germany brings Baroque cathedrals and quaint cobbled streets.
I would say to people, book it and come because it's really one of the finest trips I've ever taken.
No matter what you're in search of, the fascinating Danube has something for everyone. Winding through some of the most dramatic landscapes of the former East Germany is the scenic Elbe River. The Elbe is also home to the opulent palaces of Saxon monarchs and the dramatic sandstone cliffs of Germany's Saxon Switzerland. Dresden is home to Baroque splendor. Learn about Meissen-ware porcelain or walk in the footsteps of Martin Luther in historic Wittenberg. It's all part of our Elbe voyages that also include fascinating Berlin and graceful Prague.
Just travelling through all the little ancient towns and villages along the way is really quite a charming and interesting and exciting way to see Europe.
The tranquil Elbe River, a true delight for the senses. For an equally fascinating adventure, join Viking in France. Imagine combining the magic of Paris with the beauty of the French countryside. In northern France, you'll cruise tranquil waterways on your way to Rouen. Lose yourself in Claude Monet's exquisite gardens in Giverny and experience history firsthand at the Normandy beaches, site of the Allied invasion on D-Day in 1944. Or sail through the intriguing landscapes of southern France on the pretty Rhône River. Explore UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Lyon. Stand where Van Gogh stood when creating some of his masterpieces. Meander through the remnants of the Roman Empire and enjoy the history and architecture of Hôtel Dieu in Beaune. In the villages of Burgundy and the Château of Provence, wine tasting awaits. And in Avignon, step into the remarkable Palais du Pape that was once the heart of Christianity during the 14th century.
It's a fantastic experience, the whole thing, just a great time.
Viking also explores remarkable southwestern France. The area is home to a rare treasure, the legendary vineyards of Bordeaux. Caressed by Atlantic breezes, this region has for centuries produced the world's most loved wines. These voyages will also introduce you to local life, the delightful cuisine and charming culture. the quaint cottages and elegant chateaux. And of course there are the vineyards. You'll taste your way through the wines of some of the world's most prestigious appellations, Margaux, Sauterne and Pomerol, at a pace that gives you time to enjoy every moment. Along the way, immerse yourself in history at UNESCO World Heritage Sites, including Blaye, a 17th century fortress with a delightful village at the top of the citadel. Or beautiful Saint-Emilion, an impeccable medieval town, where a large church was carved into the rock plateau centuries ago. But perhaps the most impressive UNESCO site on this voyage is majestic Bordeaux. This is arguably France's most beautiful city outside of Paris. A delightful tapestry of architecture and ambience that's likely to make southwestern France one of your favorites. Sun-kissed days await along Portugal's Douro River. Explore Lisbon, the city of 7 hills, where uncrowded 18th century squares invite you to linger. And Porto, clinging to the banks of the Douro River. It's still rich in the character of bygone days, and a great place to sample fado, an important part of Portuguese culture. On the water, the sparkling Douro River captures the imagination, winding through landscapes that have remained largely unchanged for centuries. Fascinating ports are yours each day. Immerse yourself in the region's wines. Experience a slice of daily life in a small village. And enjoy architectural masterpieces such as the Baroque Matus Palace in Villarreal. And in Salamanca, Spain, the breathtaking cathedral and colourful city are perfect for exploration.
You could not ask for anything to be smoother and more enjoyable.
If you've never visited this region or would like to experience its culture and traditions from a fresh point of view, there's no finer way than from the decks of a Viking ship. Beyond the voyage, enhance your journey with one of our land extension packages, either before or after your cruise. These delightful hotel stays will give you more time to explore exciting cities like Amsterdam, Budapest, Paris, Prague, or fascinating Bucharest and Transylvania. Europe is a perfect blend of the ancient and the modern.
I found it really, really good. It's just a great way to travel.
Set sail on an unforgettable journey along the timeless waterways of Europe with Viking.